Good day, everyone. Today we're going to talk about the Islamic topic. First of all, uh, the Islam topic, known by being the art form developed by the Islamic region, is the art and architecture of the areas of Middle East, North Africa, North India, and Spain, which were part of Islam at various times in 7th century. Islamic art has a stylistic union, since Islamic artists continually moved, although Islamic writing was common in all artists, and therefore the idea of union is strengthened. This art gave high importance to decoration and geometry, where there are three types. Laser. They were lines that link and form polygons and stars. Calligraphy. Calligraphy through the fragments of the Quran. Autaric through vegetable illustrations. The structure did not exist as such, but there were representations of the divine and lay books. In addition to evolving from different sources such as the Roman, early Christian, or Byzantine ones, which were intermixed in its first architecture, Sasanian art, and Central Asian styles, incorporated through the Turkish and Mongolian incursions together with the Chinese essence in painting, ceramics, and textile arts.
The Islamic art was developed from the 7th century to the 18th century. It is divided in three parts. A period of formation that coincides approximately with the Umayyad Caliphate by 661, under whose mandate the Islamic territory extended from Damascus to Spain. Then there's the half period that covers the time of Abbasid Caliphate by 750, established by Baghdad. It is in Iraq, and it was like that until the conquest of the Mongols, the Mongol conquest. We finish with that period, and we start with the Mongol conquest to the 18th century, and that's the third period of the historical Islamic culture. There's a thing in Islamic culture in the art that changed a lot with all the European states, and it is that they, instead of other countries that do their art in walls, they do the draws in walls, they paint in the walls. The Islamic culture changed, and they have this thing that they really have a really good production in books. So they decided to start making their art on the books because they feel it economically better, and for the culture it was good. They have their own type of thinking, and they like it. And I think that's the most interesting thing on this culture, the Islamic culture, that they were different to other countries, and that's kind of cool for me.
One of the characteristics of the Islamic art is the use of poor materials. This is because the origin of the Islamic art is in the Arabian desert, with an extreme weather. Another characteristic of this art is that they cover their walls and ceilings with plasters, wood, or tiles, which they will decorate with geometric, vegetal, calligraphic, or epigraphic shapes. Another characteristic is that they absorb culture, especially art, from other cultures, as can be the bigots, the dawn of the Byzantines, and the base of many of their monuments are various buildings. In Islamic art, teachers of the decorative arts were born creating plasters or stucco Tariqis, wooden, laceria, and coffer ceilings, epigraphic decoration with verses, surahs from the Quran, beautiful miniatures in books, as we know that the books are principally is no where the meaning the the meanings are where the meaning form of the art in Islamic art. Another characteristic of the Islamic art is that it's closely linked to the Islamic doctrine, because the principal topic of the Islamic art are topics with the religion. Islamic art is iconoclastic because the only God that the Muslims believe is cannot be represented in images. This means that there are not images in the plastic arts nor inside their mosques. In the plastic arts, they are unnatural, recreating poorer religions environment where there is not room for the representation of reality. The geometrical composition was also used um, to avoid a human representation of divinity, representing the world with complexity and geometric interlacings. The geometric ornamentation followed the work of Arabian mathematicians, who were the most notable in the medieval world. Another characteristic in Islamic art is the relative limited number of simple forms used interpreted in different media, sometimes elaborated to an extraordinarily complex degree.
The architecture. There were different ways to play it, but they have a really big variety of styles. But they always focus on madrasas and mosques. Um, it it depends of the region and the stage of the art in that time. An example of this thing is that in the 13th century, the majority of mosques were based on the Arab style. They were basing on that. Another example of this thing is when, let me read it here, over here, okay. When they start following their own style, they have their own materials for do the things, so they kind of create their own type of architecture. With the time it changed, but it used to be like that in one stage of time.
The most important monuments or works are the Cordoba Mosque, not only the symbol of not only the symbol of Al-Andalus, but a fundamental monument of the entire Islamic West, and which has become one of the most amazing of the world. Being an artistic reflection of the power of one of the most political states important from the West and the of the 9th and 10th centuries, which were Emirate or Caliphate of Cordoba. The most important parts of the building are the old minaret or tower, the courtyard and the prayer room. Medina Azahara. It is a city placed locally. It is a city palace located in the Medina Azahara in Cordoba. It was built by order of the Cordovan Caliph Abderrahman III in the 10th century, to be the capital of the Caliphate, royal residence and seat of government in order to reflect the splendor, the power and luxury of the great Cordovan caliphs. It is built inside a great wall made up of 3 terraces, where the lower one was for the people. Bib al-Modon Mosque of Toledo. It was built in 1999 in the Caliph period, later converted in the Christian Hermitage of Cristo de la Luz. It is another very important monument of Islamic art in Spain. In our days, the prayer room is preserved as a 9-section square with 4 busy Gothic columns, on which a 3-story vertical structure stands. In Toledo, there are other Arab remains from the Caliphate period. As an example, we have one of the most spectacular, which is the Puerta Vieja de la Bisagra, and also called Puerta de Alfonso VII, Puerta de Alonso VI, formed by a spectacular horseshoe arc of granite boulders.